There's a new arms race happening in America, and it's not about weapons or oil. It's about chips. Not the kind you snack on, but the kind that power artificial intelligence. And the stakes couldn't be higher. In October 2025, OpenAI, the company behind ChatGPT, announced a major deal with Broadcom to develop custom AI chips. At first glance, it might sound like just another tech partnership, but in reality, this move signals a massive shift in the U.S. technology landscape, one that could redefine who controls the future of AI, data, and digital power itself. This is the inside story of America's next big tech race, the AI infrastructure war. 1. The Great Compute Crunch. For months now, Silicon Valley has been buzzing about one thing: shortages. Not of talent or funding, but of compute. AI models are growing so fast that demand for powerful chips, the GPUs that train and run them, is outpacing supply. NVIDIA dominates this market, with nearly 80% share of all AI accelerators, but even NVIDIA can't keep up with the demand coming from OpenAI, Google, Anthropic, Amazon, and others. The result, a compute bottleneck. Companies have the ideas, the algorithms, and the capital, but they're running out of processing power to train the next generation of AI. That's why OpenAI's Broadcom deal matters. It's not just about saving costs, it's about securing control. 2. Why OpenAI needs its own chips. Until now, OpenAI has relied heavily on NVIDIA's GPUs, specifically the A100 and H100, for training its models. But as OpenAI scales beyond GPT-4 into even more powerful Omni models that combine text, voice, and vision, the cost of compute has exploded. Training one large model can cost hundreds of millions of dollars, so OpenAI made a strategic decision. Rather than keep renting chips, it's going to design its own. By partnering with Broadcom, one of the most advanced chip makers in the US, OpenAI can develop custom silicon optimized for its AI workloads, reducing costs and improving performance. This is the same playbook that Apple used when it ditched Intel and built the M-series chips for the Mac. It's vertical integration, and it's how you build long-term dominance. 3. Broadcom's big win. For Broadcom, this deal is a coup. The company is best known for networking and connectivity chips, the hardware that moves data through the internet's veins. But now it's stepping directly into the AI silicon race, a market projected to be worth over $400 billion by 2030. Broadcom's role is to manufacture and co-develop chips tailored to OpenAI's unique needs, chips that are smaller, faster, and more power-efficient than today's GPUs. And unlike NVIDIA's general-purpose architecture, these chips will be laser-focused on one mission: running OpenAI's models at hyperscale. That gives OpenAI more performance per dollar and gives Broadcom a seat at the most valuable table in tech. 4. The U.S. chip reindustrialization. Behind this deal is something bigger, a national shift. America is reindustrializing its chip ecosystem. The CHIPS and Science Act has pumped tens of billions of dollars into semiconductor manufacturing, research, and supply chain resilience. Why? Because the U.S. government knows that the future of AI and global competitiveness depends on who controls compute. Every major AI breakthrough today relies on chips, and most of them are still made or assembled overseas. By bringing production back home, the U.S. is trying to secure its digital sovereignty, and deals like OpenAI plus Broadcom fit perfectly into that mission. It's not just corporate strategy anymore, it's geostrategy. 5. The power equation: compute equals control. Here's the new equation driving global tech. Whoever controls compute controls AI, and whoever controls AI controls the future. That's why companies like OpenAI, Google, and Amazon are spending hundreds of billions to build their own AI chips, data centers, and power infrastructure. OpenAI's deal with Broadcom isn't just about chips. It's about control over energy use, speed, and data flow. With custom silicon, OpenAI can run models faster, cheaper, and more securely without being dependent on a single supplier like NVIDIA or TSMC. In other words, it's about cutting out the middleman and building a self-sustaining AI empire. 6. The ripple effect. Silicon Valley to Wall Street. The moment OpenAI announced the Broadcom partnership, chip stocks across the U.S. jumped. Investors saw what it meant. A second wave of AI hardware investment, beyond GPUs, is coming. We're entering the age of AI infrastructure companies. Not app builders, not model creators, but the firms that build the energy, silicon, and servers that make AI possible. That's why data center companies like Equinix, power utilities in Texas, and cloud providers like Amazon Web Services are all expanding capacity aggressively. AI is no longer just software, it's a physical industry. 7. The NVIDIA question. So does this mean the end of NVIDIA's dominance? Not yet. In fact, NVIDIA may benefit in the short term, as OpenAI still depends on its chips for current generation models. But long term, this partnership is a warning shot. If more AI companies follow OpenAI's lead, building or commissioning their own chips, NVIDIA's grip on the market could weaken. That's why NVIDIA itself is moving upstream, investing in AI software, networking, and entire systems to stay indispensable even if the chip monopoly fades. The chip war isn't ending, it's escalating. 8. The cost and energy problem. There's another challenge hiding in plain sight: power. AI chips consume enormous amounts of electricity. Data centers housing these processors are now among the largest single energy users in the US. The Broadcom deal could help reduce that burden. By designing chips that are more energy efficient and task-specific, OpenAI can cut down on electricity use, saving billions in operating costs. That's not just good economics, it's good PR in an era of sustainability scrutiny. Energy efficiency is now a profit strategy. 9. The next wave. National AI infrastructure. This partnership signals something bigger than corporate ambition. It's the dawn of national AI infrastructure, where U.S. companies build and control every layer of the tech stack: chips, Broadcom, Intel, AMD; compute, OpenAI, Google, Microsoft; energy, NextEra, Duke, Tesla; energy, cloud delivery, AWS, Azure. Together, this ecosystem is becoming the backbone of the next American industrial revolution, one powered not by oil but by data and energy. 10. The takeaway. The real AI race is hardware. Everyone talks about AI models, ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, but the truth is that's not where the real race is happening. The real AI race is in hardware: who builds the chips, who controls the data centers, who powers the models. That's the foundation of every dollar of profit that artificial intelligence will generate in the next decade. And by partnering with Broadcom, OpenAI is making one thing clear: if the future of AI runs on silicon, it intends to own that silicon, and with it the future of technology itself.